Raw was in San Diego, California last night. They're going to be in California for the entire week because San Jose is going to host TLC this Sunday, and this is the go-home show to TLC. Seth Rollins comes out, gets a good pop. He is upset with Dean Ambrose. He's talking about all the stuff that Dean has done. And they keep mentioning, they're going to mention this throughout the whole night, the right side of history. I'm so fucking sick of it. I can't believe I heard how many times I heard last night Corey Graves mention the right side of history. Fuck off. Just fuck off. Baron Corbin comes out and he mentions like his match at Braun Strowman. I don't know if that's still a TLC match, but it's going to happen. I think Strowman's going to destroy Corbin. It's going to be a massacre. Strowman kills Corbin. Strowman faces Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble and loses probably. But he says... he says to get this out of here and have to do this here. Raw is threatening Corbin. It's a horrible segment. Corbin's just absolutely horrible at his job. He is just horrible. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. And eventually what happens is they eventually make a TLC match. It's set up for tonight. A TLC match tonight. Seth Rollins and Baron Corbin tonight. Rollins baits Corbin into taking it, and it's going to be a TLC match for the Intercontinental title in the main event. So maybe it's Baron Corbin, but still it's a TLC match, and we do things straight. This will get the fans back and up the ratings. The TLC match on Raw in the main event. Maybe, we'll see. So here we go. I can't believe this happened. You have a handicap match for the tag titles. You had the Authors of Pain and Drake Maverick was in the match too against Rude, Chad Gable for the tag titles. This is sad. Okay. Rude and Gable win the titles. They pin Drake Maverick. I think it's sad because when I saw the Authors of Pain in NXT, I wasn't a huge fan. I thought, all right, two big guys. Vince is going to love these guys. That's what I was thinking. And as time went on, I started to really get into their act. I thought Paul Ellering was great as their manager. He was awesome. He made them look like a badass team. They had the great matches with the Revival, who are even in the worse position than they are. They also had great matches with Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. They had that classic ladder match. They had so many great matches in NXT, that triple threat tag match. And I'm thinking to myself, these guys can be really good if they push them. And I'm thinking, all right, you have two giant Samoans. Both of them have legitimate backgrounds. One of them is an MMA fighter. One of them, I think, is a wrestler, an amateur wrestler. They have great backgrounds. They're huge. They're Samoan. These guys are going to be big-time players on the main roster. And it's been a complete disaster. It's really unfortunate. Drake Maverick is a horrible fit. He does not fit with that character, with that gimmick. He's just been terrible. The truth is, Paul Ellering leaving was a horrible decision. Paul Ellering has said, I want to be on the road. He doesn't even need to be on the road. I mean, he just needs to show up to Raw once a week. Yeah, once a week, a plane flight once a week back and forth. He doesn't have to be on any of the host shows. It's been a terrible decision by WWE. I'm really disappointed that they decided to do this. Drake Maverick's a horrible fit with these guys, and they're lost of belts. They're a joke. It's the piss humor now. AOPP. Vince, he's destroyed this team, so it's really unfortunate. So Finn Balor's not on Raw. I guess he's actually has an illness, I guess. Natalya is about to come out. They're showing making her way, and they show Rude and Gable celebrating the tag title victory. Natalya comes out. She talks about how Ruby Riott made this personal. She starts to cry. You have Natalya crying. She says, how Ruby disrespected her father, and she says she's going to dedicate it to Jim D'Anville Neidhart. She's crying like craziness, and she's really trying to get this. The crowd, I don't think, got into this as much. I don't think the crowd was really into this. Maybe they just don't. I don't think they really connect with Natalya. That's what I think. I just don't think they're into her. I don't think they really connect to her. I don't think they really view her as a big deal. And I think that's why they're really not that. For a segment like this, W really wants to get heat here. They were fairly quiet. I think that's definitely not a good look for Natalya. She wants to put her through a table, and then Ruby Riott comes out, and Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan bring out this giant table with this cover on it, and Ruby reveals, and Liv and Sarah leave, so it's just Ruby here. She talks about how she's going to put her through the table, and then she reveals that they have like this giant fat head of Jim D'Anville Neidhart on the table. And she rips into her father, and it's like, oh, God. I mean, some people are going to be offended. It's like, they've done stuff that's worse. I know they're trying to get Natalya over. I think they want to get Natalya over because I think she's going to face Ronda Rousey at the Royal Rumble. I think she's going to turn on Ronda. So I think they're trying to get Natalya over big here. I think this is why they're doing this. She might be getting a push. Maybe she retires. Maybe she's going to retire soon. So they're trying to get her over. And I think by having her beat Ruby Riott, which I think she will at TLC, I think Natalya wins. I think that's their idea. I think this is how they viewed this is what's going to make her a star and build her up for Ronda at the Rumble. So, it is what it is. It's also to get Ruby over as a heel because they want to push her too, but I think Natalya, it's important for both. Ziggler talks about his match at McIntyre last week. It's boring. Drew, this was just boring. I'm sorry, Drew bores me to death. Both of them, Ziggler and McIntyre, just bores me to death. I don't like McIntyre at all. I just find him to be a giant snooze. He's there, but he has a great look, and WWE loves him. Vince loves his look, but as a wrestler, he just bores me to tears. Always has and still has. So McIntyre wins, obviously. He's not going to lose to Dolph 2 weeks in a row. After the match, he beats him down. So up next, they show Sasha Banks in the Middle East, I think in Abu Dhabi, and they show all these photos, and she's in the ring with Bayley. By the way, Sasha looks great tonight. I just have to point out, she looks absolutely great. I don't know, it's like she just has it going. I'm just gonna say, I think her and Alexa do something for me. I don't know, it's both of them. Alexa maybe more, but I don't know. I like their looks. They have something about them I kind of like. So. They're probably like my two favorites on Raw, at least. Like in terms of looks, not actual performers. But she's out with Bayley. She's there to celebrate with or support Bayley, and Alicia Fox comes out. So Alicia comes out, and before she does, the Maharaja and Jinder Mahal, all of them come out. So it's a match. You barely have anything. What happens is Apollo Crews, who's I guess is Bayley's new tag partner for the Mixed Match Challenge, comes out, beats him down, and what happens is Sasha kind of like does her double knees on one of the Sing Brothers. She knees one of them in the fucking face, which was funny. And then Apollo Crews grabs Sasha Banks in a Gorilla Press position, and he throws her onto Mahal and the two Singh brothers, and like they actually have to bump for Jinder Mahal catches Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks is like 110 pounds, and Jinder Mahal and two other grown men sell like Sasha Banks knocked him over. And by the way, we have to point out Apollo Crews is damn. I think the president would approve of Apollo Crews tonight. We'll just leave it at that. Good for Apollo. It's hard to resist that. I mean, I don't know if Sasha didn't mind either. Anyway, by the way, why the hell is Sasha with that beta male, her husband? Come on, he's probably thinking it's not going to last. Anyway, they show Ambrose back. Sucks. Dean Ambrose. I'm sorry, I can't stand him. I hate this fucking Dean Ambrose heel gimmick. It's fucking horrible. Fuck him. It's fucking trash. Oh, I don't want to see it. I'm not going to mention it. That's it. Elias comes to the ring, and he's talking about Bobby Lashley. This feud's been horrible. They have Leo Rush against Elias, and they have Leo Rush pin Elias. This has been a waste of Elias. It's been a flop. It sucks. It's kind of sad. The Rollins and Ambrose thing sucks. They show, here's the thing. All they do with WWE Raw, like if you watch it, it's like a recap show. It's like a 3-hour show, but like an hour of it, it's a recap show. They're showing like all the highlights from earlier in the show. It's like they can't fill 3 hours, so they have to show repeats, like reruns of last week. Things happened last week. Things happened 2 weeks ago. Things that previewing the pay-per-view for a while, previewing what happened earlier in the show. They can't fill 3 hours. So just do all these flashbacks and. Anyway, Heath Slater comes up. This sucks. Okay, so Alexa Bliss. We can change the thing. Oh my God, can Alexa Bliss be the GM every week? She wears these leather pants. It's like, oh my God, the way she looked last week. It's like, I don't know. I guess she's having concussion problems. Mark Henry did an interview, which I didn't think was cool because Henry basically talks about Alexa Bliss's concussions, all the problems she's having. I'm thinking to myself, Mark, do you think Alexa really wants that out there? Why can't you just leave it in between the two of you? Why do you have to bring it up on your damn radio show, Henry? It's like, I don't know. I wanted to point that out. I thought he looked I thought it made him look like a dick. Like, what's he doing? Alexa's not going to say anything. She won't say anything to Mark Henry. I know she won't, but it's like you had a personal conversation with this girl. Why do you have to make it public? All the stuff she's having, I don't think she wants out of it. It's probably embarrassing for her. In fact, she's suffering from memory loss and all the concussion problems. I don't think it's cool. So anyway, Alexa's wearing, her leather pants, which she has the best ass in wrestling, and yeah, Alexa's just stunning. It's like she looks like a Disney princess. That's what I've always thought of for her gimmick in her NXT. I always thought like she genuinely looks like a Disney princess, and she's into that. It's like she's just unbelievable. And she's talking, and sadly, Nia Jax comes to follow Alexa Bliss. It's like that really hot chick, and then there's like that giant ugly guy who follows her everywhere. That's Alexa and Nia. It's like this giant garbage bag comes out with Tamina beside her, and Tamina is like, what the fuck? I mean, there's this running joke on the wrestling crew about Tamina and her pockets. I never really got it until now. Like, she looks for her pockets, and you have Nia comes out, and Ronda comes out, and Nia Jax is fucking horrible. She is the worst. Her promos are fucking garbage. She's absolute trash. She's a giant garbage bag. She's a giant 280-pound turd wrapped up in 5 garbage bags. That's Nia Jax. It looks like she's wearing 5 garbage bags. Ugh, she's horrible. So they have a huge conversation. Ember Moon comes out. It's Ember Moon and Tamina. Ember Moon wins. I guess Ronda and Ember are aligned now. Maybe Ember turns on her because everyone has to turn heel. So Rollins comes out. They do an interview with Corbin. It was horrible. So they show a Lars Sullivan video package. I don't know what they're going to do with Sullivan. I want to see him debut already. It's kind of, it's like, let's see him. Come on. All right, so main event, Rollins and Corbin in the TLC match for the Intercontinental title. Went on for a while. They had a few good spots. I hate Corbin, but this match was fine. They had 3 table spots. Corbin took one bump. Rollins took the first up, and Corbin took the second one. And then the big final bump was Rollins powerbombing Corbin through a table stacked up in the corner, which was a good spot. Had some chair shots. I didn't get like major ladder spots because you have to say it for TLC, but this was like something like it's like a giant tease for TLC. You want to see TLC, you want to see TLC matches, tables, ladders, chairs. Ordered pay-per-view Sunday or subscribe to the network. So it was fine doing a TLC match here, set up pay-per-view, and I thought the match was fine. Rollins retained, a good moment with him retaining the title. Keeps it, and we'll see what happens next. And they show Ambrose watching in back. So Raw wasn't that bad this week. It was better than the last 2 weeks have been miserable. This week was definitely a step up from the last 2 weeks. Maybe WWE is out of their slump of phoning it in. It's like the New Year is going to happen. We're getting to a pay-per-view now. It's Royal Rumble season after TLC in the week. It'll be the road to the Royal Rumble. So maybe WWE is just gonna turn it up now because last 2 weeks were inexcusable. So maybe now this was definitely a step up from the last 2 weeks. So I'll say I thought Raw was actually a decent show this week.